Hi, it's Davion from the future, wearing Dragon Ball and not whatever the heck I was wearing in the video. Eric's audio is very echoey. I turned it down as much as I could to make sure that you can still hear him and it's very audible. But yeah. And if you're hearing this in Spotify later, which is like Wednesday later, like a whole week later, same thing. Audio's messed up. We appreciate you guys, and I would appreciate if you guys hit that like button down below for us because your support is always appreciated. And do not forget to subscribe if you're new. And also go check out Spotify, and I'll link down in the description my personal information, Eric's personal information, and everything behind the plays. If we do anything wrong, we will tweet it out, so you better go follow us. With that, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys enjoy the podcast this week as we go over week 2, talk about week 3, and go Birds! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the third?
This is our fourth podcast. But
is this our fourth one of this?
Yeah. Already.
Holy. Fourth.
I know.
Podcast of season 2 of our NFL podcast over at Behind the Plays. I am your gracious host, Davion, as you can see by the great name cards that we have there. And with me, as always, is the boy, Eric.
Hello.
And we had a very good week of football this week. I thought there were some very fun games.
Fun week of football.
One of us is happy, but partially sad at the same time, while one of us is partially sad, but can make up with it all in one breath. So, if you don't understand what that means, you'll understand soon. Today we will be going over our week 2, all the week 2 games, and what we felt about them, which is usually the longest part, and then we go over our predictions for week 3. This week is going to be a fun week. I am really excited for this week in particular.
Yeah, a lot of good matchups this week.
I did my pick'ems like 5 minutes ago. I was like, holy crap, this looks like fun.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Even like the mediocre games look like fun. That's how weird it is. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we are gonna go over the week. Do you have any beginning remarks? How you feeling today, my man?
I'm doing all right. I'm surviving.
That sometimes all we got.
All right. We're making it work.
I needed to have an energy drink.
We're doing all right.
# not sponsored. I swear if Coke sponsored me, I would cry.
Dude,
but not sponsored.
Let's start with like baby steps. Like let's stick to like Raid Shadow Legends.
Yo, I'd cry if Raid Shadow Legends sent me a bag, dude. Like, you think I'm joking? Yeah. Be like, hey, we want to sponsor you. Say less. Right. What do you want me to do? I'll play Raid Shadow Legends for like 2 hours. Shoot, they put Ninja in Raid Shadow Legends.
Right?
He's a character. He's a playable character.
They can put us in Raid Shadow Legends.
I swear. Yeah, we they're gonna make a Sasquatch character.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the Sasquatch.
Anyway, we got week 2.
I guarantee you, I had a bad week of pick'ems.
Actually,
because I know you didn't have a great week of pick'ems. And
I went 10-6.
We differed on 2.
I went 10-6. You went 8-8.
Yeah. I was expecting that to be worse, honestly.
Yeah.
This is a wild week of a bunch of stuff that I didn't expect to happen.
Yeah, some crazy wild stuff happened this week. So for pick'ems this week, I did go 10-6. Eric did go 8-8, which I went 1 better than last week. Eric went 1 worse than last week. So now we are separated by 2 games on the overall score. And if everything holds like it did last season, that means Eric's going to win the pick'ems because Eric was beating me early on last season. So
that's how that goes. Comeback starts right now.
Right, exactly. It's still early, and we have an extra week this time. So
it's true.
Whole extra week. This week we had to kick things off in the NFC least division with the Giants taking on the Washington football team.
This game was not so NFC least though. This was
this game was nuts.
Very fun football game.
Okay, this game was nuts, and I have to say this now because I really have to make this remark prior to us talking about the game. For 3.5 quarters, this game felt like it was an actual competitive, over the top, like 2 of the best teams going at it. That's how it felt. And then the last like 6 minutes of that game was like the funniest thing I've ever experienced. It felt like an NFC East game. Like, oh, we're gonna turn the ball over. Oh, we're gonna hit a field goal. Oh, we're gonna turn the ball over. Oh, we're gonna mess up. Oh, he missed. Penalty. And now we're gonna win.
Yeah, it was interesting, to say the least.
After that game, straight up, I promise you, if I am the Washington football team, I am the first team just beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. Hi, is this Mr. Cameron Newton? Yes. Hi. I would like to come try out for us this week. Yeah? Yeah. Cool. Yeah, where are we? Washington. Yeah, Ron Rivera. Yeah. 15-1? You remember that? Yeah. Exactly.
Like Seattle.
Exactly. Heads to the Seattle Seahawks. Bruh, that's not where we told you to go.
Yeah. It's like, I think you got prank called.
Yeah,
I mean, Taylor Heineke didn't play bad.
No, he didn't play terrible, but
he threw for 336 and 2 touchdowns, but
that pick was actually.
This game should
you
not
know
have been
what?
30-29.
That pick, I was gonna say it was bad, but now I'm disagreeing with myself because it was more so a good play by Bradbury more so than anything. Because that was a nasty interception.
Yeah, it was very good.
But I mean, Daniel Jones looked like freaking Super Bowl winning champion Eli Manning, not turnover machine.
Daniel Jones
Eli
led
Manning.
the team in rushing. So like Saquon Barkley is a non-factor, which to be fair was against a pretty good Denver defense and a pretty good Washington defense.
Right.
But Saquon Barkley has not gotten going, and they've had to rely on Daniel Jones, which is not optimal for the Giants, to say the least. But I mean, I liked some things I saw from the Giants. I liked a lot of things I saw from Washington. I'm kind of to the point where I'm willing to sell my stock on the Giants a little bit. I think I was a bit too optimistic about them at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I don't think the Giants are good.
I don't think so either. I felt that way at the beginning of the year. I didn't think Saquon was going to come back and make an impact. Their O-line isn't good enough, but Daniel Jones played extremely well this game.
Yep.
If he can carry this over, if he can play like this throughout the whole season, even if they lose a bunch of games, he still has a job, and he should still have a job.
I would agree.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
That's. I feel like he's good. Like that good game. I think he had a really good game.
They need to improve on offense. They need to improve on the offensive line. I think they need to improve on the defense. But
and they need
I like their weapons. I like Daniel Jones. I like their. I
like their weapons
gets
too.
Going, I like Saquon. On paper, I like Saquon.
Yeah. I like their wide receivers too. They just need a little more consistency because Slayton was dropping a little too many passes, and Kenny Golladay got 8 targets with only 3 receptions. So I need them to just need to hit a little bit more. That's all it is.
Exactly.
If they hit just a little bit more that game, they probably would have escaped with a 1-1 record. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Moving on to the Sunday games, I am looking at what is this? New England at New York Jets.
Yep. Patriots Jets.
This game was very, 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 very bad for the New York Jets. And I'm not even gonna say the Jets. I'm gonna say very bad for rookie quarterback Zach Wilson, who threw 4 picks this game. If
there was ever somebody who I would rely on to embarrass a rookie quarterback, it would be Bill Belichick.
4 picks.
So I mean, I wasn't really not expecting this, but Zach Wilson threw 4 picks, and they were 4 pretty bad picks.
No, they were, I will say one of them was popped in the air, but he still threw it right to a Patriots defender.
Exactly.
Well,
and I mean, this is the formula for success that the Patriots have been seeing. Mm-hmm. Having a solid defense. If you look at these stats, Mac Jones threw for 186 yards.
No touchdowns.
They had all their touchdowns. They had all their touchdowns on the ground.
Yep. Damian Harris, James White, the two TDs of the day, and then they scored 3 field goals.
That's all they need.
That's how this team works, and then they play really good defense. So I think New England is actually, based off of how this division's shaping up right now. Who knows? I still think it's the Bills' division. I still think the Patriots are the third best.
It's the Bills' division to lose.
It's the Bills' division to lose, but the Patriots can finish. They can finish second. I don't think. I mean, the Dolphins beat them, right? But
the Dolphins beat them
by a point.
Who cares?
Right, by a point. And if Mac Jones gets it,
beat them by 1 point. Yeah. And the Dolphins just lost Tua.
Right, that too. That way. Yeah, so we'll see how that works out for them.
Given all those circumstances, I do think New England is the second best team in the division right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you on that one. So, yeah.
It's still the Bills' division to lose, but if they were to lose it, it would be to the Patriots.
Exactly. Yeah, I would think so. And it would have to be like a defensive showing from the Patriots too, because I think the Bills have too many good weapons for it to be like I'm gonna pick the Patriots to win this game, without any consideration. The Patriots will have to play like they did against Zach Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's my opinion on that. Shout out to the Patriots though. That's a really big win, and I think Bill Belichick found a good a quarterback that fits his system perfectly.
Yes, I agree.
But next up, we have the Broncos in Jacksonville taking on the Jaguars. Lay it on me.
Okay, pop quiz, hotshot.
Ready.
You ready? Name
Ready.
the 2 undefeated teams left in the AFC.
The AFC, it is the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. Nope, that's Vegas now.
But yes, that's it. Who would have guessed that those are the last 2?
Not me, that's for
AFC?
sure.
It sure as heck wasn't me.
Dude, I was like Chiefs, Ravens, Titans, Bills.
Chiefs, Ravens, Titans, Bills, Browns. Maybe the Colts, maybe the Dolphins.
Any of them.
Nope, not the Broncos.
No.
Or the Raiders.
Broncos.
Did not see that coming.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the Broncos have looked good the last 2 weeks. The thing that concerns me about the Broncos is that they looked really good against the 0-2 now Giants and the 0-2 now Jaguars.
And they're about to.
So it's not like they're playing
top
tier talent in the NFL. But the games that they are playing, they look really, 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 really good. Teddy looks really good.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing with their running game. They like literally Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon are splitting carries 50-50.
They're playing so well together.
They're playing very well together. They're splitting carries 50-50. Not even like almost 50-50, like actually 50-50.
Right.
Like they actually had the same amount of carries.
Right, yeah.
Cortland Sutton looked absolutely insane coming back from an ACL tear last year. Had a monster game with 9 receptions and 159 yards. The one touchdown to Tim Patrick was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had to step away and miss the touchdown to Noah Fant. I was only just a little bit mad.
A little, yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yes. The one thing that I'm concerned about, and then the 2 picks, Kareem Jackson and Pat Surtain, were huge. Here's the one thing I'm concerned about with the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley Chubb will undergo surgery for an ankle injury.
Oh,
he is going to be missing some time.
Oh, that's tough.
Their linebacker Josie Jewell also just got confirmed out for the year.
That's rough.
So they're losing their pieces.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of can they recover from this.
They still have Von
Bradley
Miller.
Chubb,
Von Miller looks amazing right
Exactly. The loss of Bradley Chubb isn't detrimental because their backup Malik Reed is very, very, very solid.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he's solid.
Friends of the podcast know that Malik Reed is actually a pretty close friend of mine. Okay, we're not friends. I know who he is. He knows who I am.
That's all that matters.
I used to work with him. I went to school with him.
Exactly. That's all that matters.
Yes. Yeah, but so I love Malik. He was the nicest kid ever. 100% deserves everything that he's had coming to him. And he's a great player. He's very solid. He's a great help on special teams. And he makes good defensive plays. He had a fumble recovery last week against the Giants, so he was on TV for a while and it was cool.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah, I like what the Broncos are doing. It's just they're not playing good teams. When the Broncos are winning games against good teams, then I'll be a little bit more optimistic.
So far, so good. That's all that matters.
Yes,
2-0 is a good look when you.
Yes.
No matter what teams you're playing, I don't care what.
Exactly.
You start 2-0 and you have a potential to start 3-0 because you guys are playing the Jets this week.
Exactly.
And I don't really care. But then you guys have. But then the next week you got the Ravens at home. That's a challenge.
Then we got the last undefeated team in the NFL in Week 6 and the Raiders.
I promise you, if somehow magically the Broncos survive the Steelers Ravens and go 5-0, and so do the Raiders, and we have a 5-0 showdown between the Broncos and the Raiders for the last undefeated team in the league, I swear.
Yeah.
I swear I'm gonna be like, what does the NFL come to?
Right.
And like not even in a mean way, right? Because like I just wouldn't. It's just nothing nothing we could have predicted. Neither of us would have thought of that.
Yes. So here's my one thing with the Broncos though that I am kind of concerned about. After the Jets, the next time that they play the Ravens, then the Steelers,
then the Raiders,
then the Browns, then Washington, then
Washington's
Dallas.
I feel like Washington's not as good of a team as we want.
Then Dallas.
For them. Yeah, Dallas.
Then Philly.
Then Philly.
Then it's our bye.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
That's about 7 pretty rough weeks.
I would argue from the bottom of my heart, as an Eagles fan, I'm gonna hurt saying this. Those 3 weeks aren't as bad as you think they're gonna be. I really truly think so.
But they're not.
They're not
the
no
Giants,
cakewalk.
Jaguars and the Jets.
I agree with that. They're not the cakewalk, but they're not. They're like
Yes.
it's like you're playing the low tier teams, then like some higher tier teams, then you're playing like the middle ish, like below to middle ish teams.
Yes.
You know.
Like the Broncos have a solid start and then they have a solid end. Besides the last 3 weeks, everything leading up to that, where they play the Lions, the Bengals, and then the Raiders.
Yeah.
The last 2 games are Chargers, Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the Broncos stretch. Like, these are the winnable games for the Broncos, and if they start winning against better teams starting next week when they play the Ravens, then I will be impressed. Then I'll be optimistic. Then I'll genuinely be like, all right, the Broncos have a chance, especially since the Chiefs have now lost a game.
So this is something I want to say real quick, and I think we've said everything we want to say about this game in particular. But the Broncos as a whole,
that and the fact that the Jaguars really struggled, and Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he had a great start. That first drive, that first drive for Jacksonville was insane. But I think there's just way too many pieces missing. They're relying on Trevor Lawrence way too much. They're asking him to do too much.
Yeah, they need him. They need to calm down and let him play his game and get into a groove because they're not letting him get into a groove. You know. But what I want to say about the Broncos is, or for any NFL team in particular, when you beat the teams, like 2 touchdown wins against teams that you know you're supposed to beat, or 2-score wins like 10, 14 points plus, and you know you're supposed to beat those teams like that, that to me shows signs of a good team. Like, dang near a great team, right? Because if you're beating teams, like remember when we were talking about, I think last year's podcast, at the end of the year, we were really concerned with, I think you were more concerned than I was, but we were slightly concerned about the Chiefs because they were beating teams by like field goals. And we were like, dude, you should be blowing the hell out of these teams. Why aren't you're going to lose in the playoffs because you're not blowing the hell out of these teams? And this is how I feel about the Broncos, though. They're like smacking, like they're convincingly beating these teams. Like if they beat the Jets by 2 touchdowns, like 10 points minimum, right? That's a playoff team. That seems like they're a playoff team in my eyes. Like not like I'm winning the division because the Chiefs aren't going to be the Chiefs are going to be the Chiefs in my opinion. I honestly think the Raiders are playing better football than the Broncos right now, and that's hard to say right now. The only way the Broncos win the division is if they win out, because I have a feeling the Chiefs could. Yeah, they would have to go 17-0 for the Broncos to win the division. But yeah, like it's just you don't know. You have no clue what to expect. But like the Broncos, they can. 7 wild card. There's 3 wild card spots now.
Exactly.
That's so.
I think they could shock. I think they could shock. They could possibly sneak into the playoffs, especially since the Colts are now 0-2 and the Dolphins just lost Tua.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we're kind of the on the cusp teams.
I think you guys are right there.
With the kind of the drop of the Colts and the Dolphins, I think the teams that could potentially fill that void are maybe the Steelers and the Broncos.
Yeah, and then Carson Wentz got hurt.
Exactly.
I don't know what's going to happen with him, but they didn't really.
When Carson Wentz got hurt,
he didn't play the end of the game. Oh, you're sarcastic. He didn't play the end of the game. I was actually really sad about that. I really feel bad for him.
And I like Carson Wentz
for 2 reasons. One, he's looking so. I'm going to talk about him when we get to the Colts game more specifically. One, he's looking really good, and 2, the Eagles aren't going to get their second round pick.
He has to play
75%.
Okay.
So 13 games, I guess, technically, or like 12 and like 2 quarters or something like that.
Right.
So, woo.
Yeah.
But yeah, Broncos, ball out. You guys are playing well.
Yep.
Bills, Dolphins. Cool, that was a game. Niners, no, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that game was a massacre. Josh Allen just went to work. That team just went to work. Diggs went to work.
The team went to work. Exactly.
What else do you need to say?
Singletary went to work. Zach Moss went to work.
Yeah, they were mad. They were heated after that.
Tua went out early. It
sucked. Yeah, but like they still lost 35-0. Like
exactly. Like
I don't think Tua was saving them from this massacre.
Yeah. Bills pushed. I think I heard a stat. The Bills last time the Bills had won a shutout game was actually against the Dolphins back in like the 60s.
That's hilarious.
So.
Yeah, because they lost. They lost week 1 to the Steelers by a touchdown.
Yep, and then they beat
the
Dolphins by 35 points.
And then they smacked them by 5 touchdowns. So
yeah, if anybody was concerned about the Bills for whatever reason, you have no reason to be.
Yeah, like we were sitting there like, yeah, we're not gonna sell our souls to them. That was a sucky L, but the Steelers just played like the game of their lives. You know what I mean?
It's true.
So
and then they lost to the Raiders.
Right, but the Raiders look clean. Like they beaten the Ravens?
Yeah.
And now the
Ravens
Steelers.
And the Steelers. They look good.
We got some things to talk about with them when they come up. And I know it pains you to talk this about them. Just saying.
Yeah.
It sucks, but you guys are 2-0 too, so that's all that matters.
I mean, I live in the city where they play, so
that's
at least
At least morale's high, right?
The people who I'm around constantly are pretty optimistic.
Yeah, I was going to say morale's high, right?
Yeah, I have that going for me.
I live in Chicago, so I can't relate. Anyway, next up, I have nothing else to talk about Bills Dolphins. Do you have something like Tua sucks? Tua injury sucks. That's all. That's like it to me.
Yeah.
Niners Eagles. Some really big things.
This was not the Eagles that played the Falcons.
Agreed, but also slightly disagree with that statement.
Okay.
First and foremost, the Eagles are going to have a really rough time for the rest of the season. Brandon Graham tore his Achilles. He's going to be out for season. Brandon Brooks was just placed on IR. Not shocked. Not really whatever. It's Brandon Brooks getting out again. That is really it, I guess, for injuries. But Brandon Graham hurt is a huge void to fill. Brandon Graham is he's the leader of this defense, and it's really sucky losing him. But the reason I said not so much, the defense, the offense looked good. There were a lot of miscues, right? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like there was a touchdown to Jalen Reagor got called back because he stepped out of bounds. Miscue on his part. He didn't have very much field awareness, whereas the defender did. Great job on the rookie. I don't remember. I just know the rookie, whatever rookie cornerback was guarding him. That's what it was. Then we had another touchdown called back because of a penalty. We had a big play called back because of penalties. It was just sloppy penalty wise and like awareness wise. We could have made some better plays, and like we got in the red zone and then just couldn't score. Like we had a 91-yard pass to Quez from our own 2. So we got all the way to like the 7, and we moved 2 yards after that. We also had a blocked field goal, so good on the Niners defense, right? Good for them.
Yep.
We only lost by 6. We should have lost that game by like 10 times more, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But the defense held for the most part. The biggest thing that happened was the Niners found their run game. Even without Mostert, which I thought they were going to struggle with, they found their run game, and they ran 2 like 9-minute huge drives on us where we couldn't get off the field, and that was the big difference maker in that game.
That was the biggest thing I noticed too, is that the Niners were in the driver's seat for the majority of the game.
Their clock management was smart.
Every time I turn back to that game when like the Broncos were on commercial, I'm pretty sure the Niners were driving.
Yeah. They were very much in control. Their defense played good enough. And honestly, I think the Niners, head coach is Kyle Shanahan, correct?
Yes.
Their head coach, Kyle Shanahan, is a genius. And the only reason I'm giving him genius perks this week is because his game plan was flawless. His game plan was, if the Niners were scoring quickly, they weren't beating the Eagles. If the Eagles would the Eagles were going to win a shootout with them. Because if they were in that mindset, their defense wouldn't have gotten the rest that they did, and they wouldn't have gotten they wouldn't have been able to stop the Eagles because they didn't stop the Eagles when we were actually moving. They didn't stop us. Not at all. Jalen Hurts just dominated them for that one drive. We scored in like 30 seconds. If we were in that driver's seat all game, we would have been fine. But they just too many miscues, and then just too many the long drives. We couldn't get off the field. So great, Kyle Shanahan. Great game plan, dude. Amazing game plan. Your game plan was not to go into a shootout. Your game plan was go in there, run the clock. We get on a Mostert, so we don't need to worry about getting crazy big plays. Just make good plays. Jimmy G was QB sneaking the hell out of us.
Dude, Jimmy G had 11 carries.
Dog, it was a good game for them. Niners, I am giving you guys the props. That was a great game. And Eagles, I'm saying this now, don't hang your heads. Seriously, because we think we can still compete. We can still compete super well. I think we can win our division. Because of Giants are flopping. Giants are flopping hard. Washington doesn't look as good as we expected them to look, and they don't have Ryan Fitzpatrick. If Heineke's at the helm, we have a chance. And Dallas is Dallas. They don't look. I don't think they look clean at all.
Yeah, I don't think
that Bucs game was good, but they should not have been this close with the Chargers if they played the Bucs like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So.
The Washington doesn't look as good as I thought they were. I think both the Eagles and the Cowboys look better than I thought they were. So I think it is a lot closer.
Yeah, I think the Eagles have a strong chance still to win the division. Just go out there and just regroup. You guys can lose a game. It's fine. Just know what you're capable of from that Falcons win. And even if that Falcons is a bad defense, you guys held them to 6 points, and they just dropped 25 points on the team that just won the Super Bowl. So, think about that for a minute. Just process that and get yourself in a groove and get back. Devontae Smith needs to catch some of the passes that he dropped a couple, but He's a rookie, right? He had a phenomenal first game. This game that he had last week was the game I expect him to have first week. So it's okay, right? Like, it's good. You're fine. You guys make good plays. Just bounce back. That's all it is. I'm not tripping. It was great game plan from Kyle Shanahan at the end of the day. That was phenomenal. Like, they executed that shit to perfection, bro. 17-11, that's how they were going to win that game. Straight up. Like, that was beautiful. I can't even be mad. Like, I was irritated in the moment because I was like, dang, we can't get off the field. Like, come on, guys. Like, do something. It was just like, I felt like we were just stalling all game. And I was like, dang, like from a football perspective, not a fan perspective, you're like, dang, you know what? Dang. That was great.
Yeah.
That was well executed. So, shout out to the Niners.
Yeah.
This game, I wanted to give game of the week to, that we're going to talk about next.
Rams Colts.
Then the Vikings Cardinals happened.
Yeah.
Then the Chiefs Ravens happened. So this was third on my docket for game of the week.
Yeah.
It was
a fun game
so good.
Sure. Yes, very
Carson Wentz looked amazing. Like, out of this world phenomenal, and then got hurt. Like,
Yeah,
I was so happy to see him play hard, and I was like, dude, Carson, you are going to prove everyone wrong this season. I don't even care if you get I don't care if you go 0-17 if you're balling like this, dude, because that's not always on you at this point, right?
Yeah.
There's some more things that are wrong if your team goes 0-17, but like, you're balling. I'm just sad for him. Like, I just really want him to catch a break, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough for him for sure, but there was a lot of things that I really liked about the Colts. This was not the same team that played the Seahawks last week.
Not even close.
This felt like a much different team.
Yeah, and we were talking about that they could, if they can sneak one of these wins away, that they could do some damage. But losing this game, I mean, it sucks for, obviously, from your win-loss columns perspective, but your morale should be really high because of what you guys did to the Rams, who we think is one of the best. We think them as Super Bowl contenders. Everyone is like, they might be the favorites to come out behind the Bucs, you know?
Yeah.
So keep your heads up, Indianapolis. You guys need, once you get on that easy stretch, you guys are balling. I feel like you guys are balling. I don't think Carson Wentz, I don't think his injury was serious. I'm gonna Google it real quick. Do you have anything else to add? Because the one time that Carson Wentz goes off the field, an interception's thrown. So
Right. Yeah, I know. Jacob Eason came in. He went 2 for 5 and a pick. Like, shocking.
Yeah, he forgot to he injured both ankles on the same play. That's tough.
So, I don't know how bad the Carson Wentz injury is.
Yeah.
Because it seems on paper like it's worse than it actually is.
Yeah, no.
But Carson Wentz is made of glass, so that certainly doesn't help.
Yeah, it seems like he rolled his ankle pretty bad, but they're just looking at practice. I think we won't know anything. We're recording these on Tuesdays, guys. We won't know much more until like Wednesday, Thursday. It feels like when you get the official injury reports. If the have to play a game without Carson Wentz or 2 games without Carson Wentz, my favorite for them is to not start Jacob Eason. I really want them to start Sam Ehlinger. I think he is a much better quarterback. He's a rookie out of the 6th round. I think he's a better quarterback. That's my opinion. But I'm also I'm not on the field. I'm not in practice. I don't know what's going on with them. He could be worse than I actually think he is, right? But I think he's solid. So hopefully that if something goes wrong with Eason, I think they should give Ehlinger a chance because he's solid. He's solid. I was saying that I think we were talking about it. I said that preseason. I didn't say it in the what's it called, the podcast, but I've been saying, me and Eric talked about it. I was like, play Sam Ehlinger. He's solid, dude. But yeah, I mean, Rams balled out 27-24. That's a good win. 2-0.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp is a man.
He is insane. Yeah, no, that team with Matthew Stafford, that team just became that receiver core just got 10 times better.
Yes.
Raiders Steelers for the next game. Personally speaking, the Steelers didn't look all bad. The Raiders just looked really, really good.
I know. I was genuinely impressed with the Raiders.
I know that hurt. I know that hurt for you to say that.
I know, but here's my thing. I've been saying this for weeks. The Steelers ain't shit.
See, but I don't think
the Steelers are very good.
I don't think that they showed that they were a bad team this week. That's the thing. Like, you beat the Ravens. Or, no, not the Ravens. I'm sorry. You beat the Bills, which we just saw what the Bills could do. Granted, it was against the Dolphins, but still,
Yeah.
held them to 16. And then, I mean, the Steelers played their style of offense, or their games plan. Their game plan was like really good. It's just Derek Carr is on a different level this year right now, dude. He is balling out, bro. I don't know what got into him, but we need to test him for some PEDs or Cam Newton syndrome because
right. I know Derek Carr's having a great year. Like I think Derek Carr right now, in my opinion, is like number 3 on the MVP list.
Yeah, behind Kyler Murray.
We haven't gotten to talk about 1 and 2 yet, but I think Derek Carr right now is 3.
Yeah, Kyler Murray's definitely up there because Kyler Murray is balling out. I have him. You have him on fantasy, right?
I do.
I have him on my other fantasy team. I had him and Derrick Henry this week.
That's ball game.
Dude, my team dropped 196 points.
Yeah, that's game over.
That's crazy. Like, just those two alone were insane. And then, like, Julio had a good game. Oh, I had Noah Fant.
Noah Fant had a good game, too.
Yeah, solid game. It was crazy. I benched the Colts defense this week, and they were even, like, high. And my defense still scored, like, just as much. It was crazy. I don't even remember who I started. It was nuts. Anyway. But, yeah, I think the Steelers didn't look half bad. They need to understand that the league isn't just all about grit and grind, and they're not going to be able to stop teams like that all the time. So, I think they just need they need to be able to get those big plays like they did last season with like Claypool. That's what they need. They need that again. Mm-hmm. And if they can get to that again, I don't know. We were talking about teams like sliding, right? The Steelers stock to me went up, if anything, because the Dolphins are going to slide, right?
Yeah.
Like, this team is one of those teams that can snag a wild card.
I don't think the Steelers showed me anything for them to slide up. I think other teams have showed me that they're sliding down.
No. I agree with that, which in return slides them up, if that makes sense. Like, they you know what I mean. Anyway. Bengals Bears was closer than it should have been.
For whatever reason, yeah. I mean, the Bears came out and were honestly...
They were up like 17-0 at one point. I'm almost certain.
Yeah, the Bengals came back and almost won this game.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow did not look good. He threw 3 picks.
He looked good for like the second half of the game.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase also is very consistently good, by the way. He is very much shaping up. With how the quarterback situation's looking, Jamar Chase might be the one. Like,
right?
Because Trevor Lawrence is like, Mac Jones isn't explosive enough. And Zach Wilson just threw 4 interceptions. So, like...
right. I mean,
Jamar Chase is consistent,
Trevor Lawrence is on the Jaguars.
True. But, you know. We know it's quarterback heavy, but, like, if there's a year, this is the one, you know? Right now, this is the one.
Mm-hmm.
So, hopefully it goes in Jamar Chase's favor. Or even Devontae Smith. He was looking clean until this game wasn't so good, but Jamar Chase is very consistent so far.
Yeah.
I need to see him a couple more times. Unfortunately, he has the pleasure of going up against the Steelers defense this week, but we'll see how that goes. Could be... honestly, the Bengals could steal a game against the Steelers. I could see that. But Bears-Bengals, I mean, second half was clean, right, from the Bengals, but they need to keep that consistency for a whole game. And, like, the pressure from the Bears is just... D-line was just too much for that O-line to handle. They were not... That O-line struggled, so...
Mm-hmm.
If they can keep Joe Burrow up, he obviously can make big plays. But if they have to force him and try to make him make plays, then it's not going to work out for them. They don't have the tools for that.
Yeah.
So.
Here's the thing with the Bears, though.
Yes.
Andy Dalton got hurt.
That's true. And Jalen Hurts didn't look as clean as we expected him to.
You mean Justin Fields?
Justin Fields. I said Jalen Hurts.
You got Eagles on the brain?
I do have Eagles on the brain. They lost, bro. I'm sad. I honestly will tell you, I've mixed them up like 75 million times. Not mixed them up, I guess, not mistaking them for each other, but every time I see Justin Fields, I'm like, oh, it's Jalen Hurts. I'm like, nope, that's my quarterback.
Yeah.
So I keep like in the brain.
Yeah. So early injury reports are pretty optimistic about Andy Dalton. It was a knee injury that isn't an ACL tear.
Yeah.
So that's the good news.
That's big news.
But the Bears have been saying if Andy's healthy, Andy's the starter.
Yeah.
So my question to you is that the right decision?
Yes. I agree. I don't think we were talking about how they needed to start Fields, but after what I just saw from the second half of that football game, I think he needs a little more time. He's good.
I'm gonna chalk that up to the game plan was made for Andy Dalton.
Also true.
But I still feel like Justin Fields would have been a little bit more impressive against the Bengals defense. You know what I mean?
Also true. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was the Bengals defense, and that's what shook me. I was like, "Yo, you good? You good, Fields? I heard you were explosive. What happened to all that, bro?"
Yeah.
Like, even if your game plan's around someone else, like your pocket was breaking down. Why aren't you running a little bit more? So I don't know. I really wanted to see him show me something. It didn't have to be a lot, just something, and he didn't show me much. So
Yeah.
I think he just needs a little more time to get in there, because he's a good runner, right? We saw him week 1. He ran a touchdown against the Rams, and it was a good one, right?
Yep.
This one, he didn't do much, and he had starting job. If Andy Dalton is, my thing is, if Andy Dalton's not 100, I'm not starting him. Yeah. I'm taking 100% Justin Fields over an 80% Andy Dalton or a 90% Andy Dalton every day of the week, because I just think that's smarter. That's the only reason I wouldn't start him. If he is even, like, if they say he's questionable, he should be out. Like, he should be there. He should be on the bench as an emergency quarterback at that point. And even then, you still have freaking Nick Foles right there. Like,
worst case scenario, put in Nick Foles and the Bears will win the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
That's just how that works.
Just
I
save
don't
him.
make the rules.
Just save him for the last, like, 6 weeks. And all is well. You'll go to the Super Bowl. But yeah, it's just, I really hope Justin Fields, like, shows me something else. I need, a little more oomph. That's all I'm looking for. What's next on the list? Texans, Browns.
Texans. Yeah.
What the hell is going on in the Texans? Houston.
But I don't know, dude. Houston's weird.
They're looking, but they look good. They lost because they
decent.
lost to the Browns, right? They lost because they played the Browns.
Yeah.
They looked. Tyrod Taylor's hurt.
Yes.
He's hurt. They could have beat the Browns if he didn't get hurt. If you want my honesty, they could have beat the Browns if he didn't get hurt. I'm gonna state it right now. They could have pulled that off.
So as of right now, it seems like the starter in Houston is Davis Mills.
Who?
Exactly. I don't know that name.
Davis Mills.
I'm not familiar with Davis Mills.
He is number 10. He's an American football quarterback for the Houston Texans, and he was drafted in the 3rd round from Stanford this season. Cool.
Oh, he's the rookie.
Yeah, he's a rookie.
That's why I don't know the name. It's because he's a rookie.
He's going Thursday night.
I was expecting some like, journeyman veteran to be the backup in Houston, like AJ McCarron.
I see.
Or something like that. I was not expecting a rookie.
Yeah, David Mills definitely sounds like a vet for some reason. Like, it's like,
that's
because his name's so generic.
Exactly. Davis Mills sounds like he's about to be a journeyman backup in the NFL.
Right.
But I don't know. We'll see. Tom Brady used to sound like a journeyman backup name in the NFL too. So
now he's the GOAT.
Right. We'll see how that goes.
But yeah, Tennessee. Jesus criminy crikey, brother. Houston Texans. They have a, they have a shot. They have a shot to actually make some damage, and I think they won a game. They're 1-1. They don't look bad, right? They don't look terrible. They don't look as bad as we expected them to, right? That's the thing. Like, I expected them to never win a game, and they almost basically won 2 games, in my opinion.
Yeah. You know who I'm thankful for is Brandon Cooks.
Oh, Brandon Cooks is playing out of his mind. He's on your fantasy team, too, right now.
He is.
That's crazy.
Right? Didn't see that coming. No,
Not
but
at all.
Brandon Cooks is playing very well. Mark Ingram is playing very well.
That team shouldn't work, and it's working, and it's like the weirdest thing.
Yeah, this team has no reason why it should be working, but they're not looking that bad.
They don't look bad.
Like, genuinely, as of right now,
they lost to the Browns by 10 points. Like 21 points. They put up 21 points still. Like, that's.
Right? We were talking about how the Texans are possibly a team that couldn't win a game this year, possibly could go 0-17. But right now, I think they're better than the Jets. I think they're better than the Jaguars. I think they're better than the Giants. I think they're better than the Lions.
Yeah.
I think they're better than the Falcons.
Lions are a little questionable. Falcons are also a tiny bit questionable.
No, they're not. Falcons are the worst team in the NFL.
That's true. You're right. You got me there.
Well, have you watched the podcast before? Are you new? Are you new here?
Yeah. I am new.
No,
Sorry, this is my
the
first
worst
day.
team in the NFL.
Sorry, it's my first day.
Yeah, I mean, genuinely, I don't think the Texans are as bad. I think they're in the bottom tier of 1-1 teams until proven otherwise.
True. Also true. I definitely think the Eagles are better than them. So it's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Chiefs. Okay. The Chiefs are 1-1 team, right?
Yeah, the Chiefs are the best 1-1 team in the NFL.
Yeah.
But they're not better than the 2-0 Broncos, baby.
Let's go. All right. Next up on
let's
the
talk a little
docket.
Saints
Oh,
Panthers.
Baker disappointed me. I expected him to pop off against the Texans, and I should have just played Lamar
Are
Jackson.
you kidding me? Baker went 19 of 21.
He put up fantasy-wise. He had a good
Okay,
game,
fair
but
enough.
fantasy-wise, it wasn't good. Okay,
Fair
he put up
enough.
17
Yeah.
points. Lamar Jackson put up 33. I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No. Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
this was my surprise of the week.
Yes.
Saints at
I mean,
Panthers. So hey, did you know that the Panthers are 2-0 right now?
do you remember that one time that Jameis Winston
He
You remember that
threw
one
30
time that
touchdowns
Jameis
and 30
Winston threw
interceptions?
30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in a game?
Yeah, in a season. Yeah.
Basically, if I were to pick one player in the NFL in recent memory that I would describe as hot and cold,
I don't think there's a better.
it would be Jameis Winston.
There's no one else. You can't pick another player.
Maybe I can think of one more player, but you're not going to want to hear his name.
It's Carson Wentz.
It's Nick Foles.
Oh no, no, that doesn't count. And the reason I only say that doesn't count because that man was hot for literally half a season. So
that man was hot for.
that
like
man hasn't been
7
hot
games.
since. He hasn't been hot since.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the Saints did not look good. Jameis did not look good. It is what it is.
Right.
I think the Panthers are. I agree with you. A shocking team. I'm surprised that they're 2-0. I was not expecting the Panthers to be this
2-0.
good.
Like
They have a
beat
decent
the
chance
Jets.
to go 3-0
Yeah.
this week too.
Where are they playing this week?
They play the Texans.
Oh my God. Are we in a world where the Broncos and the Panthers are about to be 3-0 and number 1 seeds in both the conferences right
meet
now?
back in the Super Bowl for the first.
Holy crap! Wait a minute.
with dramatically different teams than the last time they were there.
That's nuts.
6 years later, and
Wild.
it's basically a brand new Broncos and a brand new Panthers.
The rematch is here.
Ooh, I smell it. There's my dark horse Super Bowl right here, right now.
There you go.
Broncos.
Cam Newton signs to the Panthers week 17 as they
Cam
make
Newton
their
signed
playoff.
with the Broncos.
That'd be even funnier. That would be even funnier, honestly. And then he loses because he fails to fall on a fumble.
That would be less funny.
That would be heartbreaking for you. Yes, it would. But yeah, I mean, the Saints it was just Jameis Winston being cold.
Yep.
Defense couldn't stop run CMC, and Sam Darnold looks like he just got out of New York or something. So,
Yeah.
no. Sam Darnold actually looks clean right now. He is looking like he's what we expected him to be. He's looking like what we thought he was going to be. So, shout out to Sam Darnold.
Fun game. Can we talk about a better game though?
Yeah, the Vikings and Cardinals.
Like Vikings Cardinals?
Yeah, that game's nuts. Vikings fans, listen. I am sorry. I am so sorry for you guys. Your team continues to lose because they can't deal with teams driving last second. That's literally what's going on with your guys' team right now.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have lost by a collection of 4 points and 1 overtime in 2
What do you
weeks.
do about that?
That's tough,
Like-
bro.
The Vikings, I think, are probably the best 0-2 team left.
They might even be better than some 1-1 teams.
They're better than a lot of 1-1 teams.
Yeah, the
And I
Vikings
think they're
are
the best
actually
one.
a solid roster. They're
Yeah,
better than I
think
expected them to
they're
be.
better.
They're just
I think they're better
unlucky.
than I think as of today, they're better than the Colts. Who's probably the only other one I would say is a good 0-2 team.
If Carson Wentz is not hurt, I agree. I will disagree with that. But because he's hurt, I'm going to agree with that statement.
Yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a toss-up for sure. It's definitely those two are the best 2
Oh,
0-2
yeah.
teams
No
left.
questions asked. No questions asked.
Yeah.
Vikings they can't. Do you remember that Giants team like a couple years ago when we were like, yeah, they're going to go to the playoffs, and they proceed to lose like every other game because they can't hold on to a lead go like halfway through the fourth quarter?
Oh, only vividly.
Yeah, that team was like, if the game ended like before the 7.5 minute mark, they would have been like 12-4 or some craziness like that. But they ended up being like 4-12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that team. That's how I feel the Vikings are right now.
Yeah. I mean, this is a very exciting game. You took the words right out of my mouth earlier. I think Kyler Murray right now is my number 2 candidate for MVP.
Number 2? Oh, he's my number
Number 2.
1.
Yeah. I think
Oh
he's
no
my number 2
no!
candidate.
He is definitely my number 2. I just realized who my number 1 is. Oh yeah, it's yeah. No, we're good. He's definitely number 2.
I mean, Kyler Murray's playing out of his mind. He's
God,
been a great fantasy
insane.
quarterback
Oh,
for sure.
absolutely.
Yeah, the Cardinals' offenses looked great, and
Absolutely.
the biggest problem with the Cardinals was the inconsistencies on offense and the inconsistencies on defense.
Yeah.
It seems like they've picked up a handful of consistencies. The offense looks better, and the Cardinals' defense isn't great, but you know what the Cardinals' defense is good at is the pass rush.
Mm-hmm.
The Cardinals have one of the better pass rushes in the NFL for sure, with J.J. Watt and the other man, whose name is Chandler Jones.
That guy.
Yes.
Someone got. Did someone get hurt in on-air? No one got hurt. It was good news from Chandler Jones. Never mind. We're good.
Yeah.
Chandler Jones is cracked.
Been very impressive. I mean, the receiving core is nuts. DeAndre Hopkins and AJ Green are notorious.
DeAndre Hopkins
great wide receivers.
is playing out of his mind this season,
How about the rookie Rondale Moore, who
also is playing cracked?
I got to see in person. He was at Purdue when we played
yep.
Purdue.
Yeah, he was at Purdue. He's insane. He was one of the guys that I was talking about needed to go in the first round, and I think he fell to the second round this year.
Yeah, he was an early second.
Yeah. I told him he should go to the first because there's a lot of teams that could use a slot receiver like that, and the Cardinals were blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Were handed that, lobbed that on a silver platter, dude. He is insane.
Souvenir.
You pair him with D-Hop and Green, that team's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
You just sidelines and then put him in the slot, call it a day, dude. That team is nuts. The Cardinals have a good chance of winning their division, honestly. They're playing. If they keep this up, they could. The Rams might have some competition.
Be a very surprised team because the NFC West is the best division of football, in my opinion.
Right now, yeah, everyone they collectively have one loss between all of the teams right now.
At the beginning of the season, I would have said the Cardinals are the 4th. Right about now, I think, in my opinion, I think they're the 2 team.
I'm with you on that one. They're right behind the Rams.
I think the Rams are 1, Cardinals are 2.
Seattle 3 and Niners at 4, in my opinion.
I would switch Niners and Seattle.
Seattle lost a game.
A tight one to the Titans.
That they
but at the end of the day, it's scoreboard.
Right. But I also could.
But I would agree.
I feel like I could
Seahawks,
say the same about the
Niners.
Niners.
Seahawks,
you know,
Niners is close.
I could also say the
Seahawks,
same about the
Niners is
Niners. They squeaked out games like that. So that's just my opinion. But
yeah.
all
right, let's talk
Cardinals, man.
Falcons,
That's crazy.
Bucks.
You know what? This game looked amazing.
Yeah, this game was great
until Tom Brady
the end
said,
of the game.
"Screw y'all. I'm tired of the Falcons."
Who is Tom Brady, in my opinion, currently
the
the number 1 MVP candidate?
Yeah, no, he's insane right now.
Yeah, he's
Dude threw what, 5 touchdowns this game?
Yep, 5 of them.
He threw 4 in week 1.
Yep.
He's crazy.
Yeah,
Keep in mind, I've officially thrown Rob Gronkowski into my flex slot, and so they're gonna stop throwing the ball to him.
Robert Gronkowski is my starting tight end in another league.
He is on my bench because I have Kelsey.
That's valid.
Who else is
you
playing?
might as well throw Gronk in your flex.
Oh, he's going flex. I don't have anybody really playing flex. Might as well put him in. I left like 60-something points on the bench this week because I had Henry Ruggs on the bench. I had Gronkowski on the bench, and I had benched Lamar Jackson for Baker. So I had like 60-something points left on the bench, and I cried.
Yeah. I mean, the Falcons... You mean the Falcons? Okay, here. Tell me if you've heard this one before.
Right.
Going into the 4th quarter, the Falcons
had a chance to win. They had a chance to win the game, down 3.
And then suddenly,
they lost
the
23.
game by 23.
23. Seems like a weird deficit or something.
Yeah, 23. And then they ultimately lose by 3 points.
Could have lost by 3 points. They were down 3. They lost 48-25. If you take
4
away
8 makes 12.
Something like that. There's a 28-3 joke here somewhere.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it too. That's what I'm looking for. The 28-3 joke.
If you want to get honest, if you subtract 20 from the Bucks, you get 28, which is how many points is how many points they put up in the 4th quarter, right? 20 points.
No, it's so obvious.
What?
Going into the 4th quarter, the Bucks had a score of 28 and were winning by 3.
Yep, there it is, the 28-3 joke.
We were way overthinking that.
We did it. We've done it. It's huge. Yeah, they're cracked.
The
Bucks are just good.
This is a certified Falcons moment.
Yeah,
we got to get some kind of graphic for that.
Seriously, we're gonna get like the Falcons falconed.
We got to get
sounds effects, something. We'll figure something.
Falcons moment.
They done falconed it up. Anyway, yeah. They look good for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
And I say good loosely. I say good loosely. But
the Falcons always do.
Yeah. Anyway, they messed it up. They screwed up. But what else? What else is new? You know. Next game is Titans Seahawks, which was also in contention for game of the week this season.
Okay, I have a question for you. This is a yes or no question.
Easy.
Is Derrick Henry a man?
No.
Cool. Good answer. He's beyond that. Right?
he's gone further beyond.
Yes, he's a fucking Super Saiyan.
Dude. I don't even know what to say about Derrick Henry. That's how speechless he left me after I saw that stat line.
Exactly,
and they won in
what
OT.
do you even say to that?
And Julio Jones had a good game. If that offense is clicking, it's a good team.
It's pretty freaking unstoppable.
It's a great team.
Derrick Henry had the ball, if you account for his carries and his receptions, more than Ryan Tannehill threw the ball.
Yeah, I know. He had 50-something touches or something nuts like that. Didn't he? Or 40-something?
Yeah, he had 41 touches.
That's crazy. Anyway.
What do you do about that if you're the Seahawks?
Nothing. If Derrick Henry's just shoving you away and rushing it down your throat. And he ran for 3 touchdowns, too.
When Derrick Henry is on...
It's over. That team's unstoppable, dude.
Yes. When Derrick Henry is not, that team struggles.
Yes.
That's what we saw against the Cardinals.
Exactly. They couldn't get Derrick Henry going, but they also couldn't get anything else going, right? They couldn't get Julio going. They couldn't get Brown going. They couldn't get anyone going. So, but if their offense can get going, team's crazy.
They're pretty great.
Team's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And then to round off the afternoon games on Sunday, we had the Cowboys taking on the Chargers in SoFi. This was the Chargers' first time actually playing in SoFi with fans.
This was a weirdly disappointing game.
Very disappointing. I expected the Cowboys and the Chargers to put up more points. I expected Justin Herbert to play a little bit better, but it felt like I'm not trying to discredit the Cowboys' win here. I promise. I think the Cowboys had a game plan. They stuck to it and won the game. Right? Plain and simple. Mm-hmm. Tony Pollard played amazing, and I think they need to trade Zeke and call it a day. My personal opinion at this point. He's done. Either you need to trade him or he needs to figure it the frick out, because you're paying him way too much money to have what he's having for the last 2 seasons. It's not enough, dude. It's not enough. Tony Pollard's balling out, though. I felt like the Chargers lost this game more than the Cowboys won this game.
Will you mean to tell me that the Chargers also willingly blew a game?
Yes.
Color me shocked. Where have I heard that one?
That was a pun. And that was a dang good one.
Right? You like that one?
It just felt so bad. I was like, what are you guys doing? You guys are way more explosive than this. What's going on?
Yeah.
So,
the Chargers felt like they hit a wall. I know the Chargers are a better team than this. I feel like the Chargers should have beaten the Cowboys.
Yeah. Agreed.
But they didn't.
It is what it is. And you guys have to make me sad because three teams are now 1-1 in my division because of it. Gosh darn Chargers. I need you guys to smack the Cowboys.
And the wrong teams are 1-1 in mine.
Yeah, weird. It's it's weirdly flipped. That division's wilding.
Yeah. No, the Chargers are, I think the Chargers are a good team, but this was the same old Chargers.
Yeah.
Which is the one thing that sucks.
Yeah, they can improve from this. And I just hope they do improve from this.
I do too. I mean, I don't, but I hope they do. You know what I mean. I hope the Chargers stay exactly where they are. Shitty.
Yeah. I mean, if they want to sit there and stay bad, then they can stay bad. But they can recover from this. Unfortunately, they have to play the Chiefs. So, next up on the docket, speaking of the Chiefs, is Sunday Night Football. Chiefs taking on Ravens, which was the game of the week. I don't care what anyone says.
This was
insane game of the week.
Good game.
Lamar Jackson clutched up.
He's a man.
He is a legend. That was clutch. What running backs? I am the running back.
He did pretty good for a running back.
He's like, I am the running back. Marquise Brown? Nuts.
Yep.
Crazy.
Great game.
Oh, I had this conversation with my coworkers, and I want to ask you a question. If you were to draft between Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray, who would you draft?
Ooh.
And I'm going to give you my reasoning why I'm picking Lamar Jackson. Because it's no-brainer Lamar Jackson.
Because here's the thing, dude. I'm in 2 fantasy leagues.
Yes.
Guess who my 2 quarterbacks are?
Those 2, of course. I think Kyler Murray is a phenomenal talent, right? He's playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
The reason I'm picking Lamar Jackson is, who's Lamar Jackson throwing to? Who's his best
Marquise
receiver?
Brown. Marquise
Who's his
Brown.
second best receiver?
Sammy Watkins.
Okay, now who does Kyler Murray have to throw to?
DeAndre Hopkins.
And
AJ Green. Rondell Moore.
Okay, like
Okay. I see your point.
my thing is if you put DeAndre Hopkins on that Ravens team, right? If you flip-flopped him and Marquise Brown, and you had the option to just say, because Kyler Murray has the option to say, F it, D-hop down there somewhere. Whereas Lamar don't have that privilege. I think Lamar's a better runner. I think Kyler Murray's a better thrower. Like, I think he can throw the ball better. Like, he can sling that thing a little bit better. Mm-hmm. But he also has the luxury of being like, F it, D-hop down there somewhere, and D-hop's going to go up and catch it over 3 people and call it a day. Like, that's... This is not taken away from Kyler Murray, because Kyler Murray is insane, right? But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But my dog is biting her pad. She's not supposed to be eating them, and she keeps trying to eat them. I'm going to beat her up.
That's such a good question. I don't know.
I always go... I said Lamar Jackson because if I swap teams, I always look at it like that. If I were to swap them on teams, who would be the better player?
Mm-hmm.
Because if Lamar Jackson had D-hop, it wouldn't be a question. Like, he's doing this without... Like, Marquise Brown's an amazing receiver, by the way. I think Marquise Brown's... And Sammy Watkins is solid, too. Like, don't get me... Don't... And he's good running backs, right? When they're healthy. Solid. Yeah. But it's just, that's my opinion.
I don't know. That's such a close argument.
Yeah, it is. I wouldn't even be mad if you picked Kyler. That's my opinion. Like, I wouldn't be mad if you picked Kyler. But that was my argument. I was like, if you gave...
I really don't know who to pick.
Yeah, it's tough, right? But my argument will always be if you gave Lamar Jackson D-hop level talent at receiver, it's busted. That team is busted. And it's not fair. Because Lamar Jackson he doesn't even have to throw the ball that well. He could just say, F it, D-hop down there somewhere. And call it a day.
When in doubt, D-hop down there somewhere.
Like, yeah, but Ravens beat the Chiefs. Chiefs played an amazing football game. Lamar Jackson just played an amazinger football game.
Yeah, that super clutch moment right at the very end with the
front flip into the end zone.
Yelling at him if he wants to go for it.
The front flip into the end zone just
like
immaculate.
That was just a chat.
That was you got it. Yeah, I love Lamar Jackson, bro. That was beautiful. And then we end in the week off with Monday Night Football, Lions at Packers. It was a close game for like 2 quarters. Mm-hmm. Then Aaron Rodgers said, "All right, I need y'all to shut up."
Yeah, he was the MVP after all. I mean, yeah, it opened up massively. Aaron Rodgers had a ridiculous game. Aaron Jones had a ridiculous game.
It was a fun game for Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones had 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, the Aarons were nuts.
Yes, they were pretty nuts. Lions didn't look terrible.
No, and
they had an okay team.
I mean, they had to play against who? Who do the Lions have played? The Niners, who we think are a good team, and the Packers, who we also think are a good team, and they actually almost came back and smacked the Niners like in a crazy fashion.
Exactly. I mean,
and they played a good game against the Packers, in my opinion.
Don't let the fact that this game against the Packers was 35-17.
Yeah,
this was a decent game.
It was a decent game. Yeah, it's not as bad as it looked. Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones just looked really good, and we expected this from them. This is what they should have been last week against the Saints. Just saying.
Yeah, no.
Rough week.
You know what I really like on the Lions is TJ Hawkinson.
Their tight end. He is amazing, and I'm mad about it.
He's opened up a lot of options for Jared Goff.
Jared Goff, I didn't think that this trade was going to go well for the Lions because losing Matt Stafford, he's a talent, right?
Matt Stafford's better than Jared Goff.
No questions asked. Jared Goff is fitting into this offense better than I expected him to.
Yeah.
Like, super well. They're 0-2, but they are, like, not a bad 0-2. Just saying. Like, they could have, they got some work they could do. I don't think they're gonna go like winless or some nonsense. Like, I don't think it's gonna be like typical Lions trash. They're a little bit better than I expected.
You know, I think the Lions are like a 5 to 6 win team.
Yeah, they could do it.
Yeah,
they'll still be like last in their division, but they could do it.
Yeah,
they'll be better.
Probably.
They'll be better moving forward. I hope. Because no more Packers. No more Packers after this year.
Exactly. It seems like Aaron Rodgers is out of Green Bay.
And Devontae Adams.
The rest of the North just opened up.
Exactly. Yep. All right. Well, that is it for week 2. Like I said, I went 10-6. Eric went 8-8. So no sub 500 this week.
Yep.
Good job, guys. Good job, guys.
Let's hope we continue that trend into this week.
We're gonna rattle these off. I feel like very, very fast because there's not much really to talk about a lot of these games. But there's some really close ones. There's some really close ones. So this is gonna be fun.
There's a handful of really good ones.
To kick things off, Thursday Night Football. Oh, by the way, you guys are seeing these Thursday. Before we keep going, you guys are seeing these Thursday morning. I tweeted this out, but I wanted to reiterate it in the podcast. Thursday at 12 p.m. CST is when I will be opening these, uploading the YouTube videos. starting Sunday, now that everything's approved through my new thing for Spotify, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You will have the 4 episodes next week. And then Thursday at 12 will be the one we record next week. So you guys will be all up to date, basically. So everything will go up at 12 p.m. CST on Thursday afternoon, or in your case 10 a.m. Eric's, because you're Pacific time. So in the morning for you. So
West Coast gang.
There you go.
Where you at?
We're switching it up. And if you're Mountain Time, it's 11. If you're Eastern, it's 1 p.m. Okay, cool.
Cool.
And if you're in Asia, I can't tell you. So, Panthers at Texans.
Weird game.
The Texans could steal this game. They're home.
They could steal this game.
But I'm not.
It's
I'm
in
not
Houston.
going with it. I'm not going with it. Carolina's hot. They're feeling good. They're feeling
exactly. I'm with you. Carolina's hot. I'm not exactly optimistic Tyrod Taylor's going to be back for this game, especially in the next 2 days. Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I'm going to go with Carolina.
I think it could be a good game, though. Like, maybe this rookie's like nuts. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
So next up we have Colts at Titans. I think I need to see the injury report, honestly, for this game, because if Carson Wentz is playing, I don't know. But yes. I'm personally... Wait.
Well, I do know.
Wait. I picked the wrong team. Hold on. Wait a minute. Timeout. Bloop. I'm going with the Titans. I had the Colts. Don't ask why. I think I had Carson Wentz playing or something. Tennessee's at home. I think that's a deciding factor. Tennessee's at home. Derrick Henry is... I think the rush defense isn't good enough on the Colts to stop Derrick Henry. So it's going to get their offense moving, and that's going to be fun to watch. I hope.
I'm going to give you a conditional pick, okay?
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
I'm
okay with the audience who doesn't have an opinion.
Right. True. I mean, you have an opinion, just not one that affects us.
I'm going to go with the Titans as well.
Yes.
If Carson Wentz is playing, I would like to go with the Colts instead.
I will allow it. I'm still going to stick with the Titans regardless.
Okay. So, yeah.
It's closer with
Titans,
Carson Wentz, though.
I have the Titans conditionally.
Yeah. We'll notate it. And if Carson Wentz is healthy, because it's only Tuesday, right? We don't get all the injury reports.
Exactly.
If Carson Wentz is healthy, Eric is picking the Colts. If not, we're still going with the Titans. We need to have more information. I respect that. Okay. Falcons at Giants.
Matchup of a pair of 0-2 teams.
Yep. Someone's getting a dub.
Someone's getting a dub, and I have an idea of which team it is, and it's certainly not the Giants. But I'm picking the Giants because I don't.
I know that. I don't. We normally don't do that here, but I have to pick the Falcons because I hate the Giants more. If that makes sense.
No, I don't pick the Falcons. It's against my religion.
Yeah, you're like I'll go 0-7. They ain't winning a game.
Yeah, I don't care.
0-17. Hey, you're 2-0 though with them this year, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm picking the Giants.
Chargers at Chiefs this week.
Both these are 1-1 teams in the AFC West.
Yep.
I feel like both these teams should be 2-0.
Yep. But I also think one team is an infinitely better level than the other one. That's
exactly.
It's Kansas City.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs as well,
yeah.
Especially in Kansas City.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Bengals
at Steelers.
Yes. I think that's going to be a good game. I think the Bengals, if this rush doesn't affect them, if their O-line can just give Burrow like a couple extra seconds, like a second or two more, Bengals could pull out an upset. But I'm still going with the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game because I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Steelers are insane.
With the Bengals' shaky O-line against the absolutely nutty Steelers defense, particularly TJ Watt, having a hard time believing that. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh as well.
Bears in Cleveland this week, taking on the Cleveland Browns. How do you feel about this one?
The quarterback situation is up in the air. The Browns are a better team anyways.
Yep.
Picking Cleveland.
I'm picking Cleveland as well, but I could see the defense actually carrying the Bears this week if something happens, because I've noticed that Cleveland kind of gets weird with good defenses. So
yeah, Cleveland likes to make me nervous about losing games. Like, Cleveland should be a good team, but then they like to make me really nervous.
They always do this. And then they get solid. And I'm like, dude, what the heck, Cleveland? Ravens at Detroit taking on the Lions.
Give me Baltimore.
Baltimore, no questions asked.
Nope, not even
especially since they just came off this win against the Chiefs. They're hot. They're feeling confident. Let's go Ravens. Saints at Patriots.
This is an interesting game for sure.
This is a very interesting game. What Jameis Winston we getting this week?
If you ask me at the end of week 1,
no question Saints, right?
This is a different question.
Yeah, no question.
It's a different answer. But since it's the end of week 2, beginning of week 3, and it's in Foxborough.
Yep.
And there's a very, very, very big game going on in Foxborough next week. Give me the New England Patriots.
There's a big game going on in Foxborough next week?
Wait, you didn't get the memo?
No.
Okay. Well, next week, week 4, is a big game in Foxborough.
Next week, week 4? Oh, the game after that. Oh.
Yes.
Oh. They put that on Sunday Night Football, which is even better.
Of course
That's
they did.
great. They had to. I'm going Patriots this week. I think the Patriots. If week 1 Jameis comes out though, the Saints are smacking them. But like if not, Patriots. Their secondary's too good. Their secondary's too good. I think the secondary's going to shut them up.
I'll actually be in Reno that weekend for the Bucs Patriots game.
Nice.
So I'm hoping we make it back because our flight's Sunday morning, so we should make it back in time for Bucs Patriots.
If not, hopefully you can watch it on a plane.
Wanted to watch that game.
Hopefully the in-flight Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I might pay for in-flight Wi-Fi for the Bucs Patriots.
It's worth. I did it for an Eagles game on my flight to Florida one time, and we won that game. It was against the Niners, too. Funny enough, it was a game we should have lost, and we won. It was great. Anyway,
that brings us to Cardinals.
Jags. Cardinals.
Cardinals are good. Jags are not.
Yeah,
give me the
not
Cardinals.
Even, Yep. Football team at Buffalo. I'm gonna go Bills.
I'm gonna go Bills.
I think the Bills are a better team, but this is if the defense of Washington steps up. I think they are. If they're still starting Taylor Heineke, which they seem like they are, they're stuck with him. I don't think Buffalo their defense is gonna crack. I think it's gonna be way too.
The Bills have improved their pass rush.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they can get to Taylor Heineke, who doesn't exactly have the most NFL experience.
Not too much. He played in a playoff game against the Buccaneers, and then
I think the Bills' offense is a good matchup for the Washington defense. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the Bills' defense is going to be the difference maker. So I'm going to go with Buffalo.
Yep, agreed. Jets at Broncos.
The Broncos better beat the freaking Jets.
I'm not even going favoritism here. They're just better. The Broncos are just better, dude.
The Broncos better beat the freaking Jets, dude. I'm taking Denver.
Yeah, every day of the week. This isn't even bias. There's no reason, like nothing else. Dolphins at Raiders.
This is an interesting game, too. At the end of week 2, this is a much closer game.
Yeah.
But the Raiders are hot and Tua is out. I'm taking Las Vegas.
I am also taking the Raiders to win this game, and it just makes more sense. I think the Dolphins aren't good enough to compete with them right now, especially with no Tua.
Yep.
Seahawks at Vikings, which I also think is a closer game due to after week 2, by the way.
I agree.
Still going Seattle, but
I'm going to go with Seattle as well because I think the Titans game, I'm not going to call it a fluke. No. I'm going to call it, that's just, you lose those games.
Yeah. It happens. That was a good game.
Yeah,
it was just, I think Derrick Henry rushed for a crap ton of yards. Like, you don't win those games,
I agree. The Seahawks are a good team.
Mm-hmm. They're the only team with a loss in their division, too, by the way.
Right. And the NFC West is so freaking good, dude.
It's ridiculous. It's not fair.
Okay. Bucks at Rams.
This one is hard.
This is a very hard game.
This is the hardest game of the week.
Because here's the thing, okay? The Bucks have to go across this country into Los Angeles.
Yep.
And everybody and their mother knows what's happening week 4.
Yep.
Give me the Rams.
Okay.
I think the Bucks are going to be looking ahead. I think the Bucks are about to go in and smack the Patriots next week.
Oh, absolutely.
Unless anything dramatic happens.
No,
I think they're trying to spin this narrative. They're trying to spin this narrative of the Patriots are better better than Tom Brady, if you know what I mean, right? They're not. And I think the NFL is trying to spin that narrative.
Mm-hmm. So good matchup, by the way.
I'm going to go with the Rams to beat I'm going to go with the Rams to beat the Bucks to push that narrative.
Okay.
Because that means that next week the Patriots will be 3-0, the Bucks will be 2-1.
Wait, what? The Patriots haven't. They're 1-1.
Oh,
so both teams would be
2-1.
Both teams would be 2-1.
Then it's even playing ground, and I think that's fine.
Okay.
Same idea. I'm going to go with the Rams just because the Bucks have to go across the country, and they're thinking about Foxborough.
If they're going to lose a game recently, it's going to be this team. I think the Rams will beat them.
I agree.
Like, they can beat them. I'm going Bucks, though. I actually think the Bucks are going to win this game. It's a good game, honestly. Like, if it's...
It's a tight one.
Do I think Tom Brady's going to throw 4 or 5 touchdowns on the Rams? Probably not. Do I think that Gronk could dominate them? Yeah, because I don't think the corners have the ability to guard Rob Gronkowski on this team. But we'll see. It's close.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be better than I expected. Like, it's gonna be really good. I'm gonna go Bucks though. I'm feeling good about that pick.
Yep. Okay. Sunday Night Football. Packers at 49ers.
Okay. This is my logic. I think the Packers had a great recovery game against the Lions. They needed that. They needed that for morale. Yes. They needed boosters in the team. The morale needs to be up. The Niners are 2-0. The Rams are 2-0. The Cardinals are 2-0. Cardinals are probably winning this week. Not probably. Most likely are winning this week. There's a strong chance that the Rams can come in there and beat the Bucs. They're home. The Niners want to keep pace. They're playing at Sunday Night Football. They already see the game. They're going to be motivated, and it's Green Bay. I'm going to take the Niners.
I'm going to go with the Niners as well. I think that I agree it was a bounce-back game for the Packers. Previously, the year the Niners went to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, they played in Santa Clara against Green Bay twice and smacked them twice.
Yeah.
I don't think they smack them this time.
Yeah.
I think it's a closer game.
Yeah.
But I'm also going to go with San Francisco to win this.
Yeah, I'm going San Fran. I think it's going to be a good game though.
Okay, and then Monday Night Football. Already week 3.
Jerryville.
It's the Birds and the Boys.
In Jerryville. I'm not going to logic. I'm not even going to fight logic with this. I can't willingly pick the Cowboys to beat the Eagles. I want you to know.
Eagles to beat the Cowboys twice. I'm going to pick the Broncos to beat the Raiders twice.
It's just how it goes. I can't willingly do it. The thing is, though, is as unbiased as possible, I'm like almost certain the Cowboys are going to win this game. And the only reason being,
as unbiased as possible, this is the closest Cowboys-Eagles has been in a long time.
Also agreed. And in a good way. Not because they're both bad or something. This is like a good one, right? Dak's healthy. It's actually going to be a fun one. Most of the Eagles are actually healthy for once. Like, it's actually going to be a fun game, right? We're going to be missing Brandon Brooks this game because that right side of the line really hurts with that. Because something that Jalen Hurts loves to do is move up in the pocket and move out, and Brandon Brooks really helps with that, like, the guard position with that. The right between him and Lane Johnson, he gets to split those a lot. So it helps a lot. We'll see if he actually is able to do that this game and actually get out because, you know, the line for the Cowboys is kind of good. So we'll see. But I'm feeling very, very, very optimistic about the Eagles winning this game, but I can't willingly pick them to lose. So
you're going with the Eagles?
Yeah, I'm going Eagles. The Cowboys could very well win this game, though. I'm not even questioning it. So
I think they do. I'm going to go with Dallas.
You're going to go Dallas? All right, I'm okay with that. Because if I was trying to be as unbiased as possible, right, and I was worried about my pick'ems, I'd probably pick Dallas only because they're home this week, and I think they're better. I think they're better based off of what happened last week.
It's prime time in Jerry world.
You know what to expect.
I have a hard time believing the Cowboys lose.
Yeah, the Cowboys don't lose to the Eagles in prime time in the home. It doesn't happen. It very rarely happens. So. But we meet them later in the season in Lincoln Financial because, you know, whenever we have that end of season for the NFC East always gets super close and we have to play 4 games in a row. One of them
and the Cowboys Eagles game always matters for some reason.
It never fails, and
never fails.
When it happens, the Eagles tend to win that one. This one's at home this year, so it's even better. Right. So we'll see how it goes.
I know the Cowboys Eagles game always has a part in determining the winner of the NFC East.
It never fails.
It's never the Cowboys or the Eagles.
I swear. One year it was the Eagles won it because they won the game. That's all. Like that's sometimes that works out that way. But it was the year Carson. It was Carson Wentz's last like real good year. Like when he went 9 and like we went 9-7 or something like that, and we had to win. We had to win 4 straight to make to win the division. We were 5-7. We had to win 4 straight. One of them was against the Cowboys, so works out. Anyway, that's my pick.
Right, so
once over.
Your picks.
Once over, I'm going to go Panthers, Titans, Falcons, Chiefs, Steelers, Browns, Ravens, Patriots, Cardinals, Bills, Broncos, Raiders, Seahawks, Bucks, Niners, and Eagles.
I am going with the Panthers, the Titans conditionally.
Yep.
We'll see how that goes. Titans, maybe Colts. But as of right now, the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going with the Giants, Chiefs, Steelers, Browns, Ravens, Patriots, Cardinals, Bills, Broncos, Raiders, Seahawks, Rams, 49ers, and Cowboys.
So we have 2 different, potentially 3 different this week.
Did you take the Giants too?
Oh, 3 different, potentially 4 different this week. Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, 3 different.
Eagles, Cowboys, Bucks, Rams, Falcons, Giants for sure, potentially Colts, Titans, depending on if Carson Wentz is healthy or not.
Yep.
All right. Well, with that, you guys, that is it from us over at Behind the Plays. I'm going to get that girl out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Or listening if you're listening on Spotify. Don't forget to hit the heart on Spotify or leave us a like and subscribe if you're over on YouTube. We really appreciate it. Any closing remarks from
I got nothing.
The boy?
Another exciting week of football.
Another exciting week of football and a potential 3-0 start for the Denver Broncos. Hopefully 2-1 and we beat the Cowboys because I would really appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll see that.
And it's Monday Night Football. My birthday is 2 days after that. Please.
29th?
Please, Eagles. Please.
Yeah, that would be cool because Jaguars Bengals is not a good gift.
Not at all.
We haven't even gotten the chance to talk about that, by the way. My birthday, week 8, is on that Monday.
And
my birthday, week 8 is on that Monday. My birthday present is I get to watch the Chiefs probably beat the Giants.
True. I mean, you guys have the football team. You guys can beat them. It's a win. It's a dub.
Yeah, on Halloween. Maybe. We'll see.
Winnable.
But on my actual birthday.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's
what sucks.
It's tough. All right. Well, with that, you guys, we're going to head out here. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening. We appreciate all of you guys. From us over here at Behind the Plays, we love you guys. Have a great rest of your guys' day or night or afternoon or whatever the heck you got going on. We're out. Peace.
See ya.